Hello and welcome back to another episode of World Tour on Football Manager 2021. Now, since the last episode where we drew with Finn Harps and lost to Bohemians, things haven't really got much better for us. So we started off the off-camera games with a friendly match against Derry City. It was to be the first of 3 games against Derry City in the space of about a week and a half. And we managed to thrash them 5-1 in the friendly, which was positive start. Looked really good for the other 2 matches against them. However, that wasn't to be, as we fell to a 4-2 defeat at the hands of Derry City in our league game against them. Christopher and Morrissey getting a couple of goals for us, but just being outscored in that game. However, we did then beat them, fortunately, on penalties after taking it all the way to a penalty shootout. It was 2-2 after 90 minutes, but we won on the penalty shootout thanks to them missing 2 penalties, basically. I think Trevor Murphy might have saved one of those misses. But that advanced us through to the second round of the EA Sports Cup, which is a nice little bonus. However, we then just came into a terrible run of form. Not like we weren't in a terrible run of form in the league already, but it just got worse. We lost 4-1 to Waterford. Sven Gertlicher getting what turned out to be a consolation goal with his equaliser in the 9th minute. And then we lost 4-1 to Shelbourne. Shane Daly-Butts getting the 1 goal for us in that one. And then we lost 1-0 to Dundalk. However, since then, by the way, Dundalk had 10 men. But however, things have changed, hopefully, since then. So we played against Finn Harps in the second round of the EA Sports Cup. Finn Harps have been doing pretty badly in the league this season. They're second bottom, 7 points off us, I think. It might be 10 now. But they've not been doing well at all. We managed to beat them 2-0 thanks to 2 very late goals. Danny Morrissey grabbing himself a brace within injury time in the second half. I thought it was going to extra time and penalties again, but thankfully Danny Morrissey stepped up to the plate and gave us the 2-goal win. Now, we did change formation for this game, which could be why. It might not be why, but it could be why we started playing better. We've changed to our 4-4-2 formation, which we then continued through to our league game against Galway United, who are rock bottom of the league, but managed to have a grand total of about 24 shots against us compared to our 6. But we still managed to somehow win very narrowly by 1-0, thanks to, yet again, a goal by Danny Morrissey. So that leads us into today's episode, where we'll be playing the games against 8th place St Pat's Athletic and 3rd place Bohemian. So we'll take a look at the league table. So we are currently in 7th. Of course, first game, as I said, is against St Pat's, who are on the place below us. Fortunately, they can't overtake us if they beat us today. We do still have a game in hand over the majority of teams. That game against Shamrock Rovers has been moved and moved. It doesn't want to stay where it is. So currently, I'm not sure which one of these it is, but currently we have a game against Shamrock Rovers on the 12th of May, and then we have another one on the 19th of May. Now, I don't know if that's going to get rearranged yet again, but they're 2 very difficult games, and I don't really want to have to play Shamrock Rovers 3 times in a row if it somehow manages to get rearranged to, July. But speaking of games, I mean, I didn't even go through this when we were going through the fixtures, but we've had so many matches in April. It is unbelievable. We've literally played Tuesday, Friday, pretty much the entire month, which could explain, I mean, I'm probably clutching at straws, but it could explain our poor form, because I have had to rotate the squad a little bit. But yeah, a victory today could take us up to 6th, which is, I'm assuming, some sort of playoff place. I don't really know, and I don't think it wants to tell me when I go in here. Yeah, it just doesn't want to tell me what happens with the teams that are highlighted in light green. So this is the lineup that we're going with for our 4-4-2 against St Pat's Athletic. So Big Trevor Murphy continues as always in goal. We have Kavanagh at right back, Albercus and Mann at centre back. Derek Meaney has been playing there for a few of the games that we've played, but Albercus comes back in to the squad today. Mulcahy, our loanee, is at left back. Stephen Christopher at right wing. Buckley and Vernon are our 2 centre midfielders today. Daly-Butts at left wing. And then the 2 strikers are Sven Gertlicher as the deep lying forward and Danny Morrissey as the advanced forward. Hopefully we can get a victory today, or at the very least a draw, and just keep our board expectation at the right level. I don't know what I'm saying here. We're expected to get relegated, basically, or to fight for relegation. So let's hope we can continue doing that as we finally get to the team talk. As I stumble over my words, we're going to say, come on lads, show me what you can do. Teams are lined up. We are in our red kit today, thankfully. Our blue kit seems to be a bit of a unlucky charm for us, as Morrissey was nearly through on goal there very early on. McDonnell has it in goal, plays a long ball forward to Larkin, and he's got an opportunity now. Plays it back to Williams, back to Larkin, through to Williams. Williams is through on goal, and he's hit the outside of the post there. We got very lucky with that one. 2 very early chances for each of us there. Corner kick for St. Pat's. Titov to take it into the danger area, off the bar, and it's in. Jack Larkin has toe poked that into the back of the net for St. Pat's Athletic, and they take a first half lead. His 10th goal of the season. It was a very looping cross from the corner. It's been pretty even game so far, stats wise. We've not had many highlights either, but we've got another one here. Daily Butts has got it, somehow gets it back after being dispossessed, but then gets dispossessed once more, and it's Lennon with the ball for St. Pat's, plays it forward, intercepted by Mann. Buckley gives it to Verdon, space on the left. Mulcahy just gives that ball away, just wasteful, but Buckley's got it back. Now it's Gertlicker to Stephen Christopher on the edge of the box. Can he do anything with it? He shoots, and it's a good save from McDonnell. It was a very good effort from Stephen Christopher there. He didn't really have many other options except for shooting, as he plays the ball into the box towards Morrissey, and that's a good header, but it's straight at the goalkeeper, and it remains 1-0 to St. Pat's as we are heading towards the half-time whistle. And there it is. It's 1-0 at half-time. We are currently losing this game. I expect to see a much better showing in the second half. Let's see if there's anything we can do. Shane Daly-Butts is in danger of being booked. John Kavanagh is in danger of losing his discipline, and Morrissey's having a bit of a stinker up front with a 6.5, as is Mulcahy at left back. So we're going to take Daly-Butts off just because of that discipline issue that he seems to have at the minute. George Kearney will come on for him. John Kavanagh also looking like he might get booked or sent off, so we'll bring on Mike Wolf, who, to be honest with you, I've been a bit disappointed with Mike Wolf. He's not really played too great this season, but hopefully he can change that today. So throw in, Mulcahy takes it, gives it away, but we're going to get the ball back with the centre back Mann. He finds a Verdon in the centre of the field. Buckley looks like he's in a bit of space there, but Verdon decides not to use him, gives it to Christopher instead. Back to Buckley now. Nice little flick to Verdon, through to Morrissey. Morrissey with a chance. Morrissey shoots, and it's a good save from McDonnell. Morrissey arguably could have put a bit more power behind that one. It seemed very weak as McDonnell clears the ball to Williams, and it looks like it could be an opportunity for St. Pat's to get a second running down this left-hand side. It's Williams, ball into the box. Larkin heads it over the bar. We got away with that one there. And Stephen Christopher is struggling. His condition has deteriorated. We have one more change to make. Kieran O'Malley is going to come on. We are going to move him up to right wing. I'm not sure how well that move's going to go, but we don't have long left, so we're also going to change to our 4-3-3. Morrissey is going to move into an attacking centre midfield role, and Kearney moves up to left wing. So Gertlicker is now our lone striker as we switch to attacking with less than 5 minutes left. To throw in for St. Pat's. Murphy gives it to McNally. Now Forrester to Purdy. Across to Lennon. We really need to win the ball back here. We can't afford to let them have another chance. It's Purdy. Lennon. Nice passing from St. Pat's. Forrester with the ball on this left-hand side now. Plays it further left to Murphy. Back inside to Forrester. Now Purdy through to Larkin. He's got to be offside, surely. Apparently not. And one of our defenders must have been playing him on. I'm assuming it was the guy that looked like he was walking back from the touchline. That was awful. We've lost 2-0 in this first match against St. Pat's. Fortunately, like I said at the start of the game, it means we don't lose our position in the league. But yeah, I'm going to thrash my arms and say I'm far from pleased with the result. Not happy at all with that. So there was an opportunity there to go 6th in the table. We've thrown that away. We're now only 1 point ahead of St. Pat's Athletic. More importantly, we're still 9 points clear of the relegation playoff place, which of course is the main aim for the season, not to fall into that relegation playoff place. I would take 8th place come the end of the season. It's not going to be a league winning campaign this year as much as I'd like it to be. So here we are for the second game of this episode, and we are playing against a team that have just put themselves top of the table by defeating Shamrock Rovers, Bohemian. So this is really only going to go one way, I would imagine. But let's be hopeful. A victory today. In fact, I was wrong in the last game. Victory in that last game would not have taken us above Derry City because our goal difference is awful. Not as bad as Finn Harps and Galway United, mind, but still, we're on -6, Derry are on 7. So a victory today would put us level on points with Derry, but still quite far back in terms of our goal difference. So we are going to have to make a few changes for this game. You can see condition-wise, there's a few players that are struggling. John Mann is one of them. So Derek Meaney is going to come into the starting 11 for him. Stephen Christopher is struggling at right wing as well, so we'll move Coffey. I don't know what I've just done there. Yeah, I did what I wanted to do. Weird. So Coffey comes on at right wing. Verdon needs a rest as well in the centre of midfield, so we will bring O'Malley on for him. And then our two strikers also need a rest, which isn't great because we don't really have many other options. So we've managed to find a couple of strikers. So Kearney, who is normally our left winger, is going to play as a deep lying forward to start with today. And then our other striker is a 16-year-old from our youth team, Emmanuel Ndongo. He's got a pretty decent finishing of 13. His first touch is quite good with 10, a technique of 11. Obviously, we didn't really want to have to start him, but we've not really got any other choice in terms of the fact that Dara Kenny is injured and Thomas Breen is still recovering from an injury when both of our other strikers are lacking condition. So it's going to be an interesting one, this game against Bohemians. Arguably the toughest game of the season so far, and we are playing an untested striker. Let's see what happens. So team talk time, and we're going to say we've got nothing to lose here. We know how good we are. Let's show everyone else what we're capable of. Ndongo, bless him, is looking very nervous. I want to tell him that the pressure's off, to be honest with you. I don't want you to feel any pressure on your debut. Go out there and have some fun. So he seems motivated after that. That's probably one of the best individual team talks that I've ever had, as the teams come out of the tunnel in this game that I'm honestly expecting us to get battered in. It'll be interesting to see what does happen. Bohemians playing in their blue kit. We are in our classic red kit, as they have a throw-in, and it's with Livingston. Now Smith with it on the left-hand side, advancing into our half. Not under any sort of challenge. Tierney plays it out wide to McCauley, who's in tons of space. Ball into the box, and that's the start I was expecting. Dawson Devoy with the goal for Bohemians after just over 1 minute. His 13th goal of the season, and this could be a rout. There's a chance straight after their goal as well. It's O'Malley with the ball. Hopefully this is going to come to us. Long ball forward, cleared, and now Bohemians have the ball with Livingston. Good tackle by Buckley. Wasn't expecting that. I thought the highlight was going to continue for Bohemians, but Coffey's running down this right-hand side. Can he get the ball into the box? He can't. It's blocked. Kavanagh can, though. Daly Butt! It's blocked by the defender. Daly Butt has still got it, though. Can he get another ball into the box? He tries, but it's cleared by McCauley, and that is the end of that chance. Free kick for Bohemians. Booty to Devoy, and that's somehow gone in. I don't know who scored it. Was it Devoy again? It's Cornwall. Cornwall scores, but it's been disallowed, apparently. It's very confusing when this bottom half thing down here, lower third, just doesn't disappear. Apparently offside, so it's still 1-0 to Bohemians, and we have the ball in the centre of the field with O'Malley. Can we do something? No, we can't, because he gives that away to Casey. And now Devoy is through on goal for a second of the game. It's a great save by Big Trevor, and that's out for a corner for Bohemians. We're very fortunate to only be 1 goal down here. So we get to half time. Our tactic is to control possession. We're not really doing that. So I feel like we need to do a tactical change at half time. I'm going to go hands on hips with the team talk and say, show me something else in the second half. And to help with showing me something else in the second half, I'm going to do something to the tactics. So, yeah. This, I guess. Right, I need to have a think about this. So who's not been playing well? And Ndongo hasn't, but he's only young, bless him. Kearney doesn't really deserve to be taken off. O'Malley possibly does. And then we can put Kearney in the centre of midfield. We'll take O'Malley off. We'll bring on Einar Gudjonsson in defensive midfield. Mulcahy's not really a left winger. And Kavanagh can play at right wing back. Mulcahy, I was meaning left wing back. Kearney is not a centre midfielder. I feel like doing this is very risky. Yeah, that's sort of... I don't know. Do I do that? I feel like that's inviting pressure onto myself. I don't really want to do that. So Kearney is going to play out of position in centre midfield. Of course, we could take him off and bring on Corley. Let's do that. We'll not play him out of position. We'll bring on Corley. It's a Route 1 tactic that we are doing. We have 2 centre-backs, a defensive midfielder, 2 wing-backs, 2 centre midfielders, 2 wingers, and a striker in the form of our 16-year-old unproven attacker, the Cameroonian Ndongo. Let's see how this goes in the second half with this tactic. I don't know what to expect. So we're 72 minutes in. There's not been a chance yet in the second half, so it seems to be working. However, my goodness, Ndongo is not having a great game at all. That's unfortunate for the youngster. Not going to take him off though, because we again don't have any options on the bench. So the options to take off are left winger, right winger, centre mid, and then some defenders. So I'm going to bring Cretaro on for Buckley, and then I'm going to move Corley to the box-to-box midfielder. Cretaro can be advanced playmaker. We'll confirm the changes there. We've got just over 15 minutes to hold on to a 1-0 defeat, which just seems very strange, but goal difference could be important come the end of the season. So we want to keep it to as minimum number of goals as possible as we win the ball back there. Coffey plays it to Ndongo. Nice hold-up play from the youngster there. Crataro's got it. It falls to Daily Butts. Now Corley to Ndongo. Coffey back to Ndongo. Ndongo shoots! Ndongo scores! Emmanuel Ndongo, the 16-year-old Cameroonian striker, has equalised. What is going on? I did not expect that. He's been on a 6.1 rate and he just decides to have a go from miles out and he smashes it past the goalkeeper. We've somehow brought this game back to a 1-1 draw. I don't understand what I'm watching. I don't understand at all. Ndongo, well done, mate. Well done. This is unbelievable. We're actually gonna draw. We've actually drawn. We've drawn 1-1. Look at that rating for our left wing back Mulcahy on a 5.9. And Ndongo would have been something similar if he hadn't just pulled that out of his arse. I don't know where that came from. Emmanuel Ndongo, take a bow, son. He's saved that game for us. He's got us a point that I didn't think we were going to get. I thought we were going to get smashed. It looked like we were going to get smashed in the first half, but that formation change I'm going to put it down to, and Ndongo just having a moment of brilliance, really. I'm going to ignore my assistant. I'm going to say you've done brilliantly to come back and salvage a draw. I'm proud of you. Apart from you, Mulcahy. In fact, you were so bad, Mulcahy, that I'm going to tell you how bad you were. Furious. Okay, I don't care that you seem motivated. You're being dropped for the next game. What a result. So that result puts us on 18 points, still in 7th place. Finn Harps beats St Pat's Athletic in another game today, which brings Finn Harps to within 7 points of us. But we do, of course, have a game in hand. We are still only 2 points behind Derry City as well. So if we win that game in hand, we could go above them. But like I said, the objective is just to make sure we don't fall into the relegation battle. But what a result. I'm just going to criticise James Quinn for his poor training performances of late. And Bohemian have lost top spot in the table thanks to that draw. And there's a news item about Ndongo scoring on his debut. A day to remember for the 16-year-old. He made a scoring start to his Sligo Rovers career. He was clearly delighted at making an instant impact, and the supporters were delighted by the performance of a player who had worked his way through the youth ranks. He is, of course, still on a youth contract. He's not a first-team player at all. He was only brought in because of the lack of options, really, up front. But what a dream debut for Ndongo. So, looking ahead to the next episode now, we are going to play the games against 3rd-placed Shelbourne and 10th-place relegation rivals Galway United, which means in the meantime, off camera, we are going to play the quarter-final of the EA Sports Cup, which hopefully we have a decent chance at because we have drawn against a team who are in the league below us. However, I'm pretty sure UCD were a pretty difficult outfit when we faced them last season in Division 1. But hopefully we manage to get through that and get to a semi-final, which would be a dream come true. We're also going to be playing the 2 games against Shamrock Rovers in the league. We're going to play Derry City, we're going to play Finn Harps, Dundalk and Waterford. So hopefully we can get some revenge on a few of these sides who have beaten us earlier in the season. But that is it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel to get all my content when it comes out, hit the notification bell to stay notified, and I'll see you next time.